everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and welcome back to another installment in my Clean My Craft Room / Reorganization series. And today we are going to tackle the Raskog cart as well as this cube thing I got from IKEA. Actually, all three pieces are from IKEA. So let me talk about the Raskogs. I have a love-hate relationship with them. I love the idea of them. I love the top shelf. Don't really like the bottom two shelves, and I struggle with what to effectively put in there. And to be honest, I still am not happy. So I think we may be looking at another iteration of stuff there. This here, and let me just see if I can pull this out. The idea behind this is that when I am working, I pull it out so that it sits next to me and it gives me an additional work surface. So on here, this should not be here, but on here normally I would keep my Big Shot, and I also keep my paper trimmer. And this works really well. I'm quite happy with it. Now with me adding this here, this is the samples of my washi tape, might not work quite as well, but I think if I just kind of tuck them over when I'm pulling it out, it might work okay. Okay, so this works great, it just needs to be wiped down, etc. What we do need to tackle is what's underneath here, and normally I keep my larger rulers and all my Big Shot accessories, but to be honest, I don't use all of this all the time. And what I'm hoping to do is put my die cut ephemera sticker binders in here, as well as the few supplies I do use. So that's one. I'm hoping then to take whatever doesn't fit under here and maybe move it to one of the bottom shelves of these carts. So let's go over the cart. I think I'll put you on a tripod so that I don't jiggle so much. Be right back. Okay, so this cart here I'm calling my coloring cart, and in the top I have these bins I just got from the Container Store, and they have all my alcohol markers. I have Copics, I have Spectrum Noir, I have Pro Marker. I just mix them and use them interchangeably. So I really love this. I can pull out what I want, take it to my desk, or even better, I can just pull this up to my desk and not have to pull it out. I have enough supplies that enough markers that I have two of these on the bottom shelves. And again, not a big deal because I can, pull these out fairly easily, right? So I also have my big pit pens in here, and that works great. Let's turn this around. So on this side I have more of the pit pens, and I have my Stampin' Up! Markers. And I don't have very few refills yet, but that's where I'm storing them in the meantime. This bottom shelf in here, I have these in a container. It's an old Copic container. And I have chalk, my Stampin' Up! Chalk. I have chalk from more Stampin' Up! As well as trying to think what else, Faber-Castell, I think. And that works okay. I'm okay with that. And to be honest, on the other side, let me rotate this. I have some older dies, alphabet dies. I have some cheapy markers, and I have pencil crayons, etc. These are more budget-friendly type products. So I don't know. In theory, I could get rid of or repurpose this area and move it somewhere else. For now, I'm just going to leave it because I think I can get rid of more on the other one that will be more strategic. On the end, I have a few of these bins also from IKEA, and I store things like my gelatos, my distress crayons, more gelatos, and then in here are the pens for my silhouette. So over and all, we're going to call this the color caddy, with the exception of a couple dies, and we're going to call that good for now. Let's look at the other one. Okay, so this is my second cart, and in here, I've showed you this before, this is where I keep all my scraps sorted by size. Love it. don't plan to change it. Second level, I've got some more scraps, but then I have bins and paper and markers, and right at the very bottom I have, you know, glitter and what do you call it, sequins and stuff. All of this I'm calling my budget section. So this is stuff that I would have bought at the dollar store, at Target, at Daiso, and I use those items for my budget friendly series. Now I think I can combine those into a box or a basket and maybe repurpose them elsewhere, freeing up some of the space so that I can move some of this stuff over there. I'm not 100% sure this is going to fit in there though. So that's going to be my first spot, is see what I can remove from here and if it's going to fit in the bottom. If it's not going to fit at the bottom, there's no point me changing this out. So I think that's it. So if I can tackle this today, I will be very happy. I will be back after I figure out what to do with this, and I'll let you know what decisions I've made. Okay, well, that was a flop. Basically, my whole thought was to fit these in here, and they are about 1/8 of an inch too tall, and I do not want to lie them flat. So I need to find, or plan B for these. Not sure. Probably on the shelf behind me. So, because there was no need to move this stuff, and I don't really know offhand of anything else I want to move in here, I decided, or I opted not to make any changes. So I just tidied things up. All my big shot accessories are here. I have guillotine trimmer. I don't use this very often because I think I ruined the blade on it, but until I get a new one, I'm holding on to it, and I'll use it for things that I'm not too particular about. I have a small trimmer I use more when I do Project Life or Pocket Pages. I keep the magnetic platform out because I use that quite often, and then I got my rulers and stuff over there. I didn't change much on these carts. I just added this kit that was on top down here by the pastels. I stacked the 2 dies in the middle. I really don't use them that often. And what I ended up doing was moving more of the markers from the other side, or from the other Raskog over here. These are like cheapy markers, right? So basically, this whole thing is still just coloring. That's how I'm looking at it for now. And then all I did over here was, after moving those things over, I just turned some things on the side, and that's it. I'm opting not to make any changes at this stage. So this is going to be a really short and sweet video, but you know, I thought about it and I don't have any better solutions at this time, so we're just going to leave it as is. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have Raskogs or something very similar, let me know what you put in yours and what you find it useful for. I'm really curious how you use, in particular, these 2 bottom shelves. And yeah, let me know. And I think that's it for today. So until next time, happy crafting.